Welcome students to Mithran Educational Society's Mr. Physics YouTube class. Now we are going to discuss about the second variation of the acceleration due to gravity, that means effect of depth. So if the depth of the object position changes, right, from the surface of the earth to inside the earth, okay, it will be changed in the sense how the gravity value will be going to be affect. Okay, so initially we are going to be consider this is the mass of the earth, capital M, right? So up to here the radius r, the mass is capital M. We know the gravity, acceleration due to gravity is gm divided by r square, gm divided by r square. This is equation 1. Okay, this is equation 1. Fine. Now if the effect of depth in the sense, we are going to be consider the mass of the object which is present inside the surface of the earth. For example, it's like a mine, right? Coals. Okay, so where it is present, it should be present inside the earth only. Yeah, so inside the present mean inside the earth in the sense we should bury the earth. Okay, so for example, the mass of the object is here, right? The position of the mass of the object is here. So give the point name, right? Same as like the previous one what we discussed. This is O, this point is A, okay, this point is B. This is B point in the sense, okay, you should be considered like a sphere because earth is a sphere only, right? Which is considered like a sphere. Okay, now O to A, the distances are in the sense the gravity is this one, gm divided by r square. Now O to B in the sense it is depth. So how long it's going to be changed in the sense this one, this one, d, right? The value from the radius it will be decreases. Yeah, so the total distance, for example 10 in the sense 2 meter, we are going to be decrease. So 10 minus 2. So total distance, that means radius minus what is the depth value? OB is r minus d. Yeah, so what we are discussing the position of the height, the same concept. Height in the sense it increase, so added. It is decrease, so subtract. That's all. Okay. Now one important case now we are going to be discuss. What is means the same as like you just substitute. If the position changes, the gravity value will change. So what is the gravity value in the change? G dash is equal to gm divided by, instead of the position directly you can substitute r minus d the whole square. Means position only changes in the sense the gravity value changes. So directly you can substitute in the sense you are thinking, means that logic is totally wrong. The position of the height, if your object is changes, means directly we can substitute because the mass of the earth value it will not going to be changed. It is not affected there. Okay, because position of the object it will be it should be present outside of the earth, so it will not affect. But now here where the position of the object, here only the position of the object is present here. The up to O to A only it is called M. O to B means the mass, same mass will be present or not? No, never not going to be same mass will be present. So the mass will be changed. What is the change in mass value we should be find? Okay, if O to B in the sense not only distance changes kana, here see very important thing, O to A in the sense for the radius r, the mass of the earth is capital M. Okay, now r minus d, O to B in the sense definitely not only the distance changes, the mass value also change. So m dash. So what we are going to be used here, g dash means m dash, right? So if the gravity changes here, position of the object which should be present inside the earth in the sense not only the position changes, the mass of the earth values also change. Okay, so this is equation 2. right? If you are going to substitute, you can find the depth value or given in the question depth value, change in mass, the value they given means directly you can substitute here, you can find the answer, right? As like what we had discussed in the previous video, the same thing. But in case they are not given, right, or we are going to find the simplified format, in the sense we should be fine, compare the standard gravity value to the change in gravity value. How we are going to be compare? Before we are going to be compare that, we should find the relationship between the change in mass and original mass. Change in mass is this one, original mass is m, right? We are going to be compare this change in mass versus the original mass. See kana, whether the mass value is 1000 or 500, right, in a certain volume, change in volume, okay, if it is the same material, in the sense the density value will not change. I hope you understand this one, right? I give one best example to you. For example, take water, right? So take a water bottle, you just fill the water, right? Then take another vessel, you just fill the water, right? If the quantity of the water is differ, the volume of the water which are occupied in the two container is differ, okay, but what is the density of the water? 1000 only, right? Yeah, that will not going to be changed. The same thing, all of should be present in the earth, okay. We are going to be considered on the surface of the earth, means that is total mass, the density is there, yeah. In case it is present inside, means the mass value will change, that means volume will change, so density will change or not? No, definitely it will not change, because it is a same material, like that. Just think like that, okay. So the density will never change. So based on the density, we are going to be compare. What is the formula of density? Mass by volume, right? The same thing, what is the density for change in mass? Change in mass by change in volume, right? So for all those things, the density is same, density will not change, okay. So very important thing. So mv divided by m divided by v should be equal to m dash divided by v dash. Density is equal to density, the value numerically, the density value will not change. So now we are going to be compare this one, right? So m dash we are going to be fine. So m dash is equal to m divided by v into v dash, m divided by v into v dash, right? So what is v? The v in the sense is called volume of the sphere, total mass by total volume. What is the volume of sphere? Volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the volume of sphere. So substitute here 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is total volume, is total distance, total radius, O to A, yeah, into change in volume. Change in volume also, it is a sphere format only, right? So uniform sphere format, 4 by 3 into pi into, but distance is O to B, am I right? Distance is O to B, that means R minus D. Substitute here into R minus D the whole cube, correct? So what are the things are going to be cancelled? 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi cancel. So remaining m dash is equal to, change in mass is equal to m divided by r cube into r minus d the whole cube. This is change in mass value, okay. This one is equation 3, right? So substitute this equation 3 in this equation 2, then only we are going to be compare, okay. Substitute here, g dash is equal to, okay, substitute 3 in 2, g dash is equal to g, right, divided by r minus d the whole square. Instead of m dash is m divided by r cube into r minus d the whole cube. So what other things are going to be cancelled? R minus d the whole square, here square is cancelled, remaining one is there, yeah. So what other things are remaining? G dash is equal to g m divided by r cube into r minus d. Similarly the answer will come, right? So just one step we nearly go to the answer, right? G dash is equal to Gm divided by R cube into, take R outside kana, 1 minus D by R. 1R is cancelled, right? So what is G dash? Gm divided by R square into 1 minus D by R. That's all. This is change in gravity value. Now, according to the first equation, the change in the gravity value is Gm divided by R square, right? So based on that, we can compare the change in gravity to the standard gravity value. See, G dash is equal to, instead of Gm by R square is G into 1 minus D by R. In previous logic, what we had discussed, according to the effect of the height, if the attitude increases, gravity decreases. So what is the change in gravity value means? G dash equal to G into 1 minus 2h divided by R. But here what we are going to be discussed, G dash equal to G into 1 minus D by R. Okay, right? So either the position of the object from the surface, right, it will be increases upward or downward. That means position of the object from the surface to the altitude increases or depth increases. 100% the change in gravity value should be decreases, right? So that only we found, right? This formula will help you. Only depth value you know, in the sense from the question we can find the change in gravity value. What is the depth? What is the position of the object's depth value? We know, in the sense change in gravity value we can find. Only one value is enough to find the answer. So definitely 100% G dash value should be less than G when, in the sense, the depth value decrease. From the surface, G is from the surface, on the surface, G is 9.8 meter per second square. Yeah, so hope you understand this one. Next topic is very important topic. Okay, that means latitude concept, right? The formula is also somewhat complicated, so listen that video. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Next class we are going to be discuss latitude. Thank you.